All right. So it's a very easy formula if you're trying to find a side. It's not a very easy formula when you're trying to find an angle. But when you have side angle side like this, do we have any opposites? We don't have any opposites. Okay? We aren't given any opposites, so we cannot use the law of sines. The only time you can use law of sines is when you have opposites. If you don't, then you have to do law of cosines. Law of cosines is when you're given side angle side, like that one there, or side, side, side. That's when you use law of cosines, when you're given side angle side or side, side, side. Now, if I want to find side BC, that is side little letter A, because it's opposite of capital letter A. So to find side A, we write down this first formula, and it's the first formula on your formula sheet under the law of cosines. If you look near the bottom, the law of cosines is down there. So it says A squared equals B squared plus C squared minus 2BC cosine of A. And I have everything I need right here. This is C because it's opposite angle C. This is B because it's opposite angle B. So A squared equals 10 squared plus 8 squared minus 2 times 10 times 8 cosine of 57. Now, to do this, we need our calculators. So I'll take 10 squared plus 8 squared minus 2 times 10 times 8 times the cosine of 57 degrees. And when I push equals, I get 76.85. Would this side be 76.85 if this side is 8 and this side is 10? No, it wouldn't make any sense. It wouldn't make a triangle. That's too long. Because this is what A squared is equal to. How do I find A? Square root each side. So on my calculator, I'll go second square root, second answer. And I get 8.8. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. The formula is really nice when you're finding a side. Just stick all this whole side into the calculator, type it straight in. When you get it, take the square root. Okay, just follow the formula. Formulas aren't very difficult to follow sometimes. On the next one, angle C is 40, A is 7, B is 10. Now, notice, I have side angle side again. If I have side angle side, I have to use the law of cosines. Now, I want to find side C. That's the third one down on your formula sheet. C squared equals A squared plus B squared minus 2AB cosine of C. So C squared equals 7 squared plus 10 squared minus 2 times 7 times 10 cosine of 40. And you just type it into your calculator that way. 7 squared plus 10 squared minus 2 times 7 times 10 times cosine of 40. And you get a number. C squared equals 4.75. 41.75. And then take the square root. Second square root of the answer. Oops. And 6.46, which is 6.5 rounded to the nearest tenth. Okay, Those are the easy ones. Finding a side. Where it's not so easy if we're looking for this angle right here, angle P. And I'm going to rename this A. I'm going to rename this one up here B. And I'm going to rename this one down here C. So it goes with my formula. Okay? So A, B, and C. We want to figure out what angle A is because the optimal angle is between 58 and 60 degrees. And that'll catch the most sun. So, if this is angle A down here, which is side A, 19, 20, or 18? Which is side A if this is angle A? 19 would be angle A. What would be, or side A, what would side B be? 18, and side C is 20. So if I'm looking for angle A squared equals B squared plus C squared minus 2BC cosine of A. The top formula of the 3 Law of Cosines formulas. So then I fill in my numbers where I know they are. A is 19. B is 18. C is 20. Cosine of A. The problem with this is I have to somehow get A all alone by itself. So I'm going to multiply these numbers out first. So I'm going to take 19 squared, figure out what that is. That's 361. 18 squared is 324. 20 squared I know is 400. 2 times 18 times 20 is 720, cosine of A. Now, don't make the big mistake of taking 324 plus 400, which is 724, and then subtract 720 from that. This is being multiplied by this, so we cannot add these together. It's like 720x. You can't add 724 to 720x. Okay, you can't add a number with a variable with a number without a variable and add them together. They're not like terms. So what you have to do is take 724 minus 720 at cosine of alpha and subtract 724 from each side. So you take 361 minus 724. So negative 363 equals negative 720 cosine of A. If 720 is being multiplied times the cosine of A, how do we get rid of it? Divide it. Divide by negative 720. So divide that answer by negative 720. I get some long old decimal. So 0.504166 repeating equals the cosine of A. So to get A all alone, I need to move my cosine to the other side to become the inverse cosine. So I go second cosine, second answer. Inverse cosine of my answer. And I get 59.7 degrees. Is 59.7 in between 58 and 60? Yes. Yes, it's placed in the proper position. Okay? Because it's 59.7. That takes a little bit more work. So on today's worksheet, you'll have several where you have to find the angle because you need to get that down, get the process down. I'll do one more of these, then I'll give you your worksheet. Then in a half hour or in about a half hour, then I'll go through the worksheet with you, and then we'll work on a Savas lesson after that. So, bunch to go on today. 32, 30, 28. So if I'm looking for angle A, which of the 3 formulas do you use? The first, the second, or the third? First, A squared equals B squared plus C squared minus 2BC cosine of A. A is 28, B is 30, C is 32. When you're looking for an angle, you can't just type it straight into your calculator. Use your calculator to find each of the squares. So 28 squared is 784. 30 squared is 900. 32 squared is 1024. 2 times 30 times 32 equals 1920. So we have it spelled out there. Now you can add these two up, but you cannot subtract them from the other one. You have to subtract it from both sides. So you have to take 784 minus 1924 to get negative 1140 equals negative 1920 cosine of A. Divide by negative 1920. So the cosine of A equals whatever that long decimal is. And then move the cosine of A to the other side. So angle A is second cosine of the answer, 53.6 degrees. Okay, so I will leave this up on the board like this. I will give you a worksheet. You got a half an hour to work on it amongst your peers and with each other. Then we'll go through it. Then I'll assign a Savas lesson out to you so you can work on your Savas lesson. So six. But the first four each have 2 letters defined. So. Nope. Okay, get to work, please.